Anyone who was in Miss Nancy's elementary school art class knew one sentence, and they knew it above all others. She would walk around the class, each of us with a white piece of paper in front of us, just pure potential, with a piece of charcoal in our hands. And she would say in her robust, round voice, big and bright in the middle of the page, "Come on, people, you can do it." And inevitably, we would all sit there and, what do I do next? And often the question would come up, "Can you help me?" And she would say, "Look, big and bright in the middle of the page. Go for it. Create, explore, be bold." What she wouldn't do was take our hands and move it around the canvas. She knew how to create beautiful pieces of artwork. She's an amazing artist. She also knew that we were capable of creating our own masterpieces. And as a result, she cared enough about us to not step into the role of caretaker. I had a realization a few weeks ago that in a few areas of my life I was being quite arrogant. That's a hard thing to recognize about yourself. And it came specifically in this area of caring versus caretaking. I realized in the places where I was caring, it was this beautiful thing of love and compassion and giving space to the ones that I care about. But in the places where I was arrogantly stepping into a caretaking role, I was treating my friends, my family, my partner like a child, like someone who was incapable of changing their own diaper or feeding themselves, in not so specific terms. I was living under this assumption that they weren't capable of doing it themselves, and they needed me to support them. Now, it came from a beautiful place. It came from a place of wanting to be involved in their lives. But it was flawed in that way of trusting that they have the capacity to be big and bright in the middle of their own lives. That they have the potential within them to create amazing things all on their own without me interfering. And I could still provide love and compassion and support and encouragement. But I don't need to step into the role of caretaking, because that robs them of a chance to explore their own canvas, to see what naturally comes when they allow themselves to trust in what naturally arises from them. How are we stepping into that role of caretaker? How can we transform it into a role of caring and space that allows the other to step into this role of being big and bright and bold in the middle of their own lives?